People talk a lot about how trauma makes you anxious and insecure and emotionally unavailable, but they almost never talk about how it can make you abusive. It can. When you've been through trauma and you never learn to regulate your emotions or see yourself clearly in relationships, you can end up doing to others exactly what was done to you. You may even believe that you're just being honest or protective, but if your reactions regularly frighten, humiliate, or punish the people around you, that's abuse. And that's the truth most people avoid. Being hurt in the past, it doesn't mean your behavior is harmless now. It doesn't make you right, and it doesn't make you good. It's possible to be both someone who's been deeply wounded and someone who's now causing damage. And these can be the same person. When you're dysregulated and you can't think clearly, it's easy to mistake your impulses for truth. You get scared or angry, and you assume that means someone else did something wrong. Maybe your partner says something you take as criticism, or your friend forgets to text you back, and you immediately feel dismissed. Before you even think, you're snapping at them, cutting them off, or saying something cruel. And in your mind, you're just reacting, but to the other person, it's a verbal attack. Sometimes it's not yelling, it's coldness. You stop speaking, you disappear for days. You let them feel your silence as punishment. And you might tell yourself that you just need space, but if you're using silence to make them feel guilty or afraid, that's not space, that's control. Other times, it looks like blaming. You turn every disagreement into proof that the other person doesn't care or that they're toxic or that they betrayed you. And it's not that you mean to manipulate, it's that your emotions get so big that they can take over your judgment. So you stop seeing people as people and you start seeing them as threats or obstacles. The harm builds slowly and people start walking on eggshells around you. They avoid bringing things up. They smile and nod to keep the peace, and you notice the distance, but you tell yourself, oh, they're just being unfair or cold. It doesn't occur to you that they're scared, not of your trauma, but of your temper, your moods, your blame. And the first step out of the pattern is to stop justifying it. It's easy to say, well, I was triggered, or I didn't mean to. But those explanations don't undo the harm. Intentions don't matter as much as impact. And if you've said cruel things, broken their trust, or made them afraid to speak honestly, then that's the behavior to look at, not how emotional you felt when it happened. Healing from this isn't just about calming down or learning coping skills. It's about developing moral strength, the part of you that can tell right from wrong, even when your feelings are all over the place. You have to decide in advance who you want to be and then hold yourself to that, even when it's uncomfortable. That's where principles come in. Principles are what you follow when you can't trust your feelings. Here are some that you could commit to if you wanted to. How about, I don't lie? Or, I don't raise my voice? Or, I don't use silence to punish? Or, I don't talk to people in ways I'd be ashamed to see on video, right? These aren't feelings, they're standards. They keep you from drifting into cruelty when you're dysregulated or afraid. Is dysregulation making this really hard for you? It's imperative to learn to re-regulate. This should be taught in every school, in every therapist's office. I want to give you a free PDF about it if you'd like it. It's called Signs of Dysregulation, and it comes with some emergency measures to get re-regulated. And I'll put that in the top line of the description section right underneath this video so that you can get a copy right now. You can share it with other people if you want. So let's say your partner forgets something important and you feel disrespected. And their reaction might be to explode or accuse them of not caring or bring up every past failure to prove your point. But if your principle is, I don't attack people, then you stop yourself. You step away. You cool down, get re-regulated, and then decide how to communicate clearly. You can still say you were hurt or disappointed, but the way it comes out can't be abusive, not with your new standards. This isn't waffling. That kind of self-restraint under pressure is a fine and beautiful strength. Or maybe you're tempted to use guilt. After everything I've done for you, you can't even text me. You know that feeling. That's the old pattern of trying to grab control, though. If your principle is, I don't manipulate, you don't say it. You just choose honesty instead. You can say, I'm really disappointed that you didn't reply. And that's how you start to strengthen your character. Just one choice at a time, one action at a time, in moments that no one else may ever even know about. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means you've grown enough to face the truth about your impact. When you can admit that, I've done things that hurt people, you're not losing self-respect. You're earning it, because that's what separates real healing from self-pity. This process is not comfortable. You'll feel guilt. You'll feel regret. You'll see things that you said or did that make you cringe. But that's good. That's your conscience waking up. It's a noble and holy part of you. And once you can sense it, you can start repairing all the problems. Not by making promises or grand apologies that you really don't mean, but by changing your behavior day after day. I can teach you more about emotional dysregulation, and this is good to know because when you know how to turn it back before any harm is done, it changes everything. I talk about it in my book, Re-Regulated. That's it. Do you have that yet? I'll put a link to it in the second line of the description section below this video so that you can have a look at that if you like. You're still going to get dysregulated no matter how much you heal. It's going to happen sometimes. But if you have principles and humility, you can stop doing damage while you heal. And that's what moral character looks like in real life. It's not being some sort of perfect person. It's just being a consistent person. It's facing your dark side instead of explaining it away. I don't know, I couldn't help it. It's always somebody else's fault. The hard truth is that trauma doesn't just make you suffer. It can make you selfish, reactive, and even destructive. But it doesn't have to stay that way. When you start caring more about being decent than about being right, that's when everything changes. You stop needing to win arguments. You stop needing to make people pay for how you feel. And you stop repeating the story of what was done to you and start living by who you've chosen to become now. And that's what healing really is. It's not just about comfort and self-care. Those things are nice. But healing is about also building your integrity. It's about becoming trustworthy, someone who can be angry without being cruel, or when you're hurt, you can feel hurt without being punishing of other people. You can be disappointed without start trying to control everybody. That's when you stop the cycle. And I tell you this because I know, because I've lived every step of what I've just told you. When you can make these changes, this is when you become the kind of person who is what I call a light, who brings peace into the world instead of passing pain around to more people. Be the light. That is the point of all of it. If you like this video, I've got one that you're going to love right here, and I'll see you very soon. And it's hard to perceive accurately what's going on in those moments. Like, what just happened? What's the actual problem? Is it me? Is it the other person? What am I supposed to say?